Here with women's basketball head coach John Haskins, previewing Saturday's PBC opener at Lander, a 1:30 tip in Greenwood, South Carolina, first game of a men's and women's basketball doubleheader. Coach, before we get into previewing Saturday's game, let's talk about last night's game, a 61-58 loss at Coker. Give us your thoughts on last night's game and some of the positives you took from it.
Well, first of all, struggled really in the first half attacking their zone. I didn't think we were nearly aggressive enough, and when you look at, we scored 22 points, that was obvious. And then the second half, I thought we attacked well. We got to the basket, we got the ball inside, we went inside out. We were able to score 36 points in the second half, but we just didn't do that over the course of the game. Positives, Camille Horn shot the ball well. I thought our zone attack in the second half was good. I thought Jasmine Hundley played well attacking. Kiara Haney continues to rebound for us, and I thought Jasmine Kim had a really good second half, 5 for 5 from the floor. We just got attacked the entire game.
Let's talk about a pretty tough Lander squad you're about to face. Lander 5-2, including a 69-63 win at Wingate on Wednesday evening. This Bearcat squad scores 89.9 points per game, shoots 46% from the field. What kind of things have you seen from them, and what kind of adjustments are you going to make this week?
Very aggressive defensively in the full court, and then they get into some 2-2-1. They zone and they man-to-man. They're pretty aggressive out of it, but they want to get the ball and run, and they push the ball up the floor in transition, and then they'll put 5 people on the floor that can score. Good post combination with McCray and Johnson, who are playing very well for them, and then you got Judd on the perimeter along with Crud and Reynolds, who are very quick guards. So we've got our work cut out for us. I mean, it's not like you can slough off people. It's not like they got drivers, they got shooters, they got post players. So it'll be a challenge.
Well, December 6th, you're playing your PBC opener. What are some of the disadvantages of starting your conference schedule so early in the season?
Well, it is just early. You'd like to get a few more games under your belt before you start conference play. But there's only so many days to do that. Now, some conference, SAC has already played 2 or 3 league games, so we're not as bad as some of the leagues. But you would like to get more games in before you get into conference play.
Let's talk about the Lady Braves defense. Lead the Peach Belt Conference in both scoring defense as well as field goal percentage defense. I know you've been quite happy with your defense through the first part of the season. Let's talk about the progression of your offense. Have you seen them progress, and what would you like to see in this next couple of games?
I think we're getting there. It was funny. We worked on some things man offensively the other night, and then they got zoned all night last night at Coker. So, and we've done some good things against zone this year, and we haven't been zoned a lot. And I think we do some good things in zone against zone, attacking zones in practice. So we want to continue to be aggressive. I think that's the biggest thing, to attack off the dribble, to get the ball inside and get to the free throw line or get good shots, and then play inside out. I think that's the biggest thing we're concentrating on, both against man and zone.
We're here with men's basketball coach Ben Miller, previewing Saturday's PBC opening basketball matchup at Lander, second half of a 1:30 doubleheader in Greenwood, South Carolina. Coach, let's talk about your team right now, 7-0 after last night's overtime win over Fayetteville State. Let's talk about the confidence level of your team right now.
It should be high. I mean, we got a junior, senior-oriented team, a veteran team. There's no substitute for that experience, and obviously when you have success in some games, and a lot of close games we've already had this year, that's going to build the confidence as well.
Well, 7-0 for the second straight year. You guys started off last year 8-0. Talk about the difference between this year and last year's team at this time.
Experience. We started quick last year. 3 of those games were in Puerto Rico. We've had what I would say a more challenging schedule thus far, to date. So and it's going to get tougher Saturday at Lander. But I think the non-conference hopefully gets you ready for Peach Belt play. But I think experience is probably the biggest difference.
Let's talk about one of those experienced players on your team, Ben Jacobs. You was hampered in the preseason with nagging injuries here and there. Ben Jacobs comes off the bench to score 21 points, a career-high 21 points last night against Fayetteville State. He was coming off a double-double against Wingate. Talk about Ben right now and the player he is in your lineup.
Well, he just gets it done, and hasn't been real healthy, but he's a tough kid, and he's played through some bumps and bruises that a lot of guys couldn't handle. But we got a tough bunch, and he's played well. He's really starting to get his rhythm back. He missed a lot of practice time early, so getting back in the swing of things there has really helped him. But it's, I'm happy for him. He's starting to play well in senior year, and some of the injuries he's been through. It's neat to see the work he's done pay off, and our training staff. Joey's done a great job too, just keeping him on the floor.
Let's talk about your PBC opener now. You head to Greenwood, South Carolina, play a pretty tough Lander team. Lander comes in undefeated, 7-0 in the middle of an 11-game season opening homestand. Talk about Lander, very good shooting team, and talk about the other things that you know about them.
Always very well coached. Burkhammer's, one of the best, and so they seem to have good balance. They get up and down the floor, change up their defenses, give you different looks. So it's going to be a great Peach Belt game on the road, and we'll have to. It's a quick turnaround, but get some rest today. But we're going to start preparation, and we got a couple days to get ready for them.